The main quality I'm actually looking at is integrity. Stay focused. Stay really, really very focused and really, really know what you want to achieve out of this industry.
Okay, Eric, thanks for coming here and joining us today.
Alright.
Okay, congratulations on being promoted to Associate Financial Services Manager of Prudential this year.
Yeah.
Prior to this, you were also part of the President's Club, Court of the Table member, and multiple years $1 Million Roundtable member. Would you like to share with us your journey from being a financial consultant to now holding a leadership position in Prudential?
Okay, to start my journey in the financial industry was never easy, right? I started off as a banker with the bank, right? So it was like since 2012, right? What I did was just to keep working hard, build trust with my client, build relationship with them, and subsequently I jumped to Prudential due to certain reasons, and also throughout this Malaysia, I was also trying to build my fundamentals on all the product knowledge that I should have to actually complement my customers' portfolio. And yeah, it's only ever since last year I decided that I wanted to go for management role to actually groom more people like me, or to make them have a better income as compared to what they're having in their full-time job last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that you're actively hiring, right? What are the qualities are you looking for in your potential candidates that you want to hire?
The main quality I'm actually looking at is integrity, right? Because in this industry, it's always based on trust, and when there's trust, your customer will actually buy more things from you. All right, so long you're actually able to help them plan for the future. So integrity is one of them. Secondly, is being accountable, right? Not to me, but to our own actions. Because being in the industry for 10 over years, I have seen agents not being accountable to their own actions. Okay, whenever they get bad results, they will always blame the management or blame the agency, but not themselves. Thirdly, would be independent and not dependent, right? Because a lot of agents, they actually depend on their managers like us to give them sales or to give them leads, all these things. Okay, but how I was being brought up to where I am right now in the financial industry is I was being independent. I always find my own client, learn my own things, and if I don't know that, I will ask. Yeah.
Okay. Does age matter to you? Let's say somebody like me, like in the 40s, right? They want to, join this industry, the financial advisory industry, maybe because of work-life balance, or maybe because they want a new challenge. Do you think age is is a consideration to you?
Age is never a problem to me, lah. Right? So long the person is willing to learn, and willing to fight. Because being in the financial industry is not a fast money game. Which a lot of agents, a lot of new people actually got it wrong because of some other agencies are giving the wrong idea. Right. So long the person is able to fight for a good 2 to 4 years, okay, I believe they will be able to get a stable income as compared to what they are getting in the outside market.
Okay, and I also believe people who are a bit older, maybe they also bring along some life experiences that they can, that may be valuable in this area, right?
Correct.
Okay, so let's say because you're hiring now, what do you think what kind of value do you think you can bring to this candidate, both from yourself and from your organization, should they choose to join you?
Okay, usually the value is we are talking about character building, right? To have them have a much better character on how customer can really trust them. Okay, because in the insurance industry, it's never about us. It's always about client and how we are going to help them in the financial journey, right? So character is one of the things that I will really focus a lot. And my agency, basically, we are focusing a lot of character building and not just pushing you to have the sales that we wanted so that we can have your overriding or anything. This is something that is not important to us.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll keep building on character and also their knowledge. That's for sure.
Because I think this, from what I understand, right, this industry is very competitive in both your sales target as well as in your hiring.
Right.
So right now, when you're hiring, right, is there anything special that you're doing to attract people to join this industry? Because for myself, I've seen, right, like in my LinkedIn itself, almost every day there are somebody asking like whether I'm interested to join this industry or not.
All right.
And I've also seen some people they post on TikTok or Instagram reels, right? They say, well, you see, our agency is like so fun. We have a very supportive, very very motivating culture and that kind of thing. So is there anything that you have in mind to, you know, to attract potential candidates to join you?
Currently, right now, all my new candidates or my agents are from referrals. Right, people who join me is because they have seen my results throughout the year, and they have some of them, they say they trusted me because they know I'm not like other agencies who do some funny things just to recruit agents. Right. So I will just say that people who can post on TikTok, on LinkedIn or anything, but what you see might not be what you want when you join.
Exactly.
Yeah. So to me is for people who really want to join me or join other agencies, right? Always really think carefully. Right. See whether whatever the platform they have is really there or not.
So they really have to at least know you a little bit.
Know me personally.
It's not from like social media.
Correct.
That, you know, because you're engaging on social media, then they join you.
Correct.
They are at least your friends or your referrals from your friends.
Correct.
Okay, understood. Okay, so just now we talked about, you know, some funny things that certain agencies do, right? Yeah, so we understand there are some black sheep in the industry that give this industry sometimes quite a bad name.
Correct.
Yeah, so can you share with us, let's say, what are the red flags that we should look out for in a financial consultant, right? When we meet up with them.
Okay, there's actually a lot. First thing first will be the way they present the product, right? Whether they are presenting on their own based on their own benefit or based on customer benefit. Right. Most of the time agents they will want to sell long-term plans, right? Just because they get more commissions. But is it necessary for customer to get long-term plans? Or whether they can sustain the long-term plans or not. Right. So that's one thing. Secondly, agents will just present very fast and they will just try to close on the spot. Which we experience a lot of times. Thirdly will be new agents, of course, who tell you who try to review your existing policies and tell you, oh, this is not good because I can offer you something better. But the something better might not be cheap, or you might be paying even longer or more premiums just because older plans are sort of like outdated already as compared to the newer plans. Yeah, so just agents of, I will just say agents who just think for themselves is something that we need to keep a lookout for, and also young agents, like really very young agents.
Okay, and maybe I would like to add one more point, right? Is some agents, they use pressure tactics or force selling to sell to those more inexperienced clients, or, you know, those uncle aunties that they don't know anything, but you just sell them certain things, telling them it's good. So I personally have a experience myself because of my mom, right? She just wanted to go. This is not the insurance industry; it's actually in the bank. She wanted to renew her fixed deposit.
Okay.
Yeah, but then when she was there, right, I think it was 50,000 or something like that. So when she was there, this personal banker actually tried to convince her to buy some, I think it's a unit trust, which I don't know how its performance like. But my mom was very adamant that she just wanted to place a fixed deposit.
All right.
Yeah, so the personal banker couldn't really convince her to buy to take up the unit trust. And when she know that she cannot do that, right, she got another personal banker, maybe it's her supervisor or her boss, to come and sit down together and just tell my mom to keep pressuring her that this is better, this is better.
All right. So basically, because there's always incentive involved, right? So yeah, I mean, be it in the bank or be it in the insurance industry, there's always incentive. So agents once, if let's say we know that if let's say pressure selling is involved, okay, we have to really keep a lookout already, right? Because it does not mean that the product is suitable. It might be suitable, but how suitable is it? We really don't know.
Do you think that the regulatory body or the authorities should have, they should do more about these things? Because apparently, yes, happened to quite a number of people, especially the more elderly, right, the uncles, aunties. I mean, we have read in the news or we have heard from our friends that this happens quite often.
Correct. I believe the regulatory is doing something about it, but it's very hard to catch everyone, I would say. Yeah, so I would think it takes time, and it also takes different financial industries, right, to actually take more responsibility and keep a lookout more. Like for Prudential is very strict. It's a very strict company, right? So anything goes wrong, we'll be penalized quite badly, lah, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now we've talked about red flags, right? How about green flags? So let's say we are going to meet up with a financial consultant. What are the green flags to look out for so that we know that this guy is good for us? He has our interests at heart,
For green flags is okay. Financial consultant is like we say we plan for our customer wealth or even protection plans, right? So usually we don't close anything on the spot unless the customer really wanted to, and because the customer likes the product. If not, usually on the first minute, it's always about finding what the customer really want, what kind of asset the customer have, and what kind of insurance the customer have. From there, we can complement, or from there we can tell the customer, okay, maybe this plan is not suitable, but you can go for this plan. But all these things usually will take like 1 to 2 minutes. Right, let's say the customer portfolio is more comprehensive. I do have one customer who took me around 3 months to gather everything and restructure the whole thing for him. Right, so financial planning is never a one-time sighting. It's always a long-term journey. Right, so first meetup, usually customer won't sign up. Okay, most of my customer they only sign up on the third or fourth meetup because they will have to discuss with their spouse, and I will give them to discuss without pressuring them. I'll just tell them, okay, I'll follow up with you 1 week later or 2 weeks later, depending on your own comfortability. Right, so I believe this type of agent will be more how say will be more professional lah, because they know, because by doing all these things, we will know that the customer is having enough time to have a more informed decision.
Yeah. So in other words, the agent needs to have a genuine interest in your financial status and what are your needs, and what are the type of, what are the products, and what are the products that's suitable for you at this stage of your life.
Correct.
Yeah. Then they will go back, work out something, then kind of present to you again.
Correct.
And then you'll go on, you'll still proceed from there. Doesn't mean you will close on the second date or the second appointment.
Correct.
But I mean, it's an ongoing process. And also, even if you close something, right, if you feel that this agent is good for you, has your interest at heart, most likely you'll continue with this agent. I mean,
Correct.
next time when your situation changes, right, or when you're a son, or you want to refer to your brother, your sister, then you still come back to this agent, right?
Correct. Yeah. So there's also will be more referrals lah, so long the customer actually trusted your advice, all these things.
Okay. So in your opinion, right, what is the greatest quality that a financial consultant can have?
Greatest quality.
Yeah, it can be a quality that you have here. No need to be shy.
Basically, trust with the customer, right? Which is very important, I feel, because financial consultant, we actually depend on referrals to survey the market because we have no basic salary.
Yeah. But it's not something that can be established in the beginning, right? It's something that has to be built maybe over a period of time. Then the trust can be built. So how do you do that?
Basically, is keep servicing customers, right? So most of the services I will do face to face instead of sending customer an envelope or thing to settle, unless customer is not in Singapore or anything. If not, I will do everything hands on. Okay. I personally don't give free gifts to my customer because I don't encourage that to do so lah, unless it's like for customer birthday that I will give some like birthday gifts or these things. If not, it's all about servicing the knowledge that I have acquired throughout the years, be it investments or insurance, and I'm quite well versed in both of it. So when customer knows that I'm someone who is there to advise them with different type of insurance, and also because of my tenure in the industry, customer knows that I will never leave already. Yeah, so all these things actually plays a part in my current credentials.
Sorry, just now we talked about giving customers free gifts. So does it draw a fine line in, trying to bribe the customers when you do that?
Some customers, they do ask me, hey, how come I don't have Christmas present this year, or how come I don't have mooncake? Right, because I do have friends who have agents who keep giving all these things. Right, so to me is I will always tell my customer, today I'm your agent. You have an agent who is very knowledgeable in all sorts of products. Okay, or do you want an agent who is not really that knowledgeable but they keep giving you free gifts? Which one do you prefer? Yeah, so I hardly give unless I feel that this year I think it's a special that I maybe commemorate my 10-year anniversary in the industry, then I will give.
I understand. Okay, how about what's your greatest challenge you have ever faced as a financial consultant, and how do you overcome them?
Greatest challenge, I would say, is building up my current base with Prudential, right? Because whenever we talk about insurance, people will just avoid, or people will just say, yeah, I don't need it, all these things. Okay, but because as someone who cannot really buy insurance due to my current illnesses, right, I will always try to advocate the importance of getting insurance. Right, so how I do it is I do have friends who have some conditions, and they allow me to use their examples to show them that insurance is really a need and not a want. Right, but we are not asking customers to buy high level premium because I don't need that. But what I need is I need them to at least get covered in any case, and really anything happens there, at least they know something will be there for them.
So in this sense, right, what is your most difficult case? Like, you want to really help maybe one of the customers or clients to get coverage, but maybe because of certain conditions that the customer has, the underwriting was a challenge? Do you have any case like that, and then you managed to overcome it?
I think there's one customer who has a heart condition, but he's actually not taking any pills, any medication. So it took me at least like 3 to 4 months to get the case approved because we are waiting for the doctor reports, all these things.
Okay.
Right. But most of the customers should be quite easy because our underwriting process is actually quite fast. When we want to book doctors, it's also quite easy. But just that for certain condition, it will take a lot of time and it will take a lot of pills here and there. Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, okay. Okay, if there's one skill set that, you know, as a financial consultant, right, that you think you need to improve on or to acquire to make you do better in your job, what do you think it will be?
One skill set. Wow, that's a very tough question.
Yeah. If you don't have, then it's okay. Yeah, that means you're good at everything.
I would think that I will still need to improve my skill set on referrals because I'm not someone who actively ask for referrals. My referrals are quite passive in the sense whenever I feel that I need referrals, then I will slowly ask. I will just ask in the sense, do you have any friends or relative or colleagues who you feel that I can actually compliment on their portfolio or actually do a portfolio review, then let me know. Right? Because usually I don't even ask. I just work on my current portfolio and try to enhance from there.
But do you even have time? Because I know you're doing very well, right, in your this career. So if the referrals are not are coming in too fast, do you think you even have the time and the effort, the energy to service more clients? Do you think you can manage it? Let's say 2 times. Let's say tomorrow suddenly you got 2 times the client that you need to meet up and to service.
I think I will still have the time. Yeah, because time is up to us to find and up to us to plan. Yeah, so long the referral is even 2 time or 3 time, it is possible to plan out a schedule lah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I do have some colleagues who are really the god level one. Yeah, they really have like 6 to 7 appointments a day. Or
So
even
the
8 appointments a day.
productivity is really very
It's
high.
really very high one. Yeah,
Okay,
so my
okay.
productivity is not even 20% of theirs right now.
Okay, okay. So so that means there's something so besides referral, that means productivity is also something that you can work towards. Just that you don't need to because you have the capacity to handle all your customers right now.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And okay, so since you know that you have you need to improve on this, right? Are you doing anything out of the norm, or you try to do anything out of your usual routine to have more referrals?
Currently, right now, I'm still in my comfort zone, I would say. Just servicing and
That's very honest.
yeah, planning the portfolio that my customers should have because I'm more prone to investment products. So I will tell them what they really need to do and what kind of income they can achieve after a certain period of years.
Okay, I don't know whether you have seen in social media, right? I've come across one or two personalities in social media. They are not financial advisors, they are not financial consultants, but they claim that they can teach financial consultants how to achieve their MDRT or whatever status that they want to go to.
Yeah, I've seen a lot.
Yeah, and these people are quite young, you know. They are probably younger than you, younger than me. And they claim that they can teach young financial consultants or financial consultants to achieve the MDRT status. Do you think this is even realistic? I mean, for me, if I'm an agent, if I'm a financial consultant, right, I'd rather learn from my boss or somebody else in the agency rather than somebody who has never even been in this industry and try to tell you that this is what you should do to become a MDRT member.
Correct, I understand.
Yeah, so what's your view on this?
It's never realistic. To me, all these people are just trying to earn money from financial consultants who are desperate to achieve something. Yeah, I would say because MDRT is not a hard thing or easy thing to do. Right. For my own agency, I never expect my agents to be MDRT in the first year or second year. Okay, what I told them is slowly build up your base. Because if you aim MDRT for the first year, which means you have to really close your customer premium all paying in yearly mode, be it whether they can afford or cannot afford. Okay, and I feel that this type of thing might be quite unhealthy towards the customer also. Let's say if we force them to do all these things. Right, most of my customers, when they want to pay monthly more, I let them to pay because I don't care whether it's MDRT or COT. Because to me, it's whether the money come now or later only. Yeah.
So building a good foundation is still more important.
It's still more important than just having to see money. Because if you have good foundation, the money will come sooner or later.
Okay, okay. So you think, are you able to convince your the people, your financial consultants, right, in under you that you are actually a better mentor than these random people you see in social media?
Okay, luckily my agents, they will still feel that I'm a better mentor lah. Because due to my credentials and my knowledge, like things that other people don't know, I might know. Because at the same time, I do have friends who are also in the same industry where I can also seek advice from also.
Just out of curiosity, right? Will you yourself, right, maybe just sign up for one of those people's courses just to find out what they're doing? And maybe there's a blind spot. Maybe you have a blind spot somewhere that actually there's really something about them that really could work. Have you ever thought about that?
Confirm I won't join them because to me it's a waste of time, I would say. Yeah. But I mean I will still go for sometimes I will still go for seminars on those top producers. Like I mean there are these top producer who is Sanjay. He's someone that is a multiple TOT in a year, all these things. Yeah. So this type of top producers from other country, I want to learn more. Right? How they actually
And of course, certainly they are definitely more credible than these
definitely.
people,
Yeah.
right?
I will always learn from the industry practitioner and not someone who are not even in the industry.
You mentioned earlier you're previously working in a bank.
Mhm.
So what made you decide to switch? And what is the difference between working in a bank and being in the financial consultancy industry right now?
Okay, being the bank last time, it was really target driven, right? What the bank wants you to do is just to give revenues. That's all, nothing much. And there is no work-life balance, I would say. So even when I want to take leave for my own personal trip, I need to contribute a certain form of revenue first before I can go for my overseas trip. If not, my manager will just threaten that he will cancel my leave. That was something that I was actually not happy about. So that was one of the moves. That was the reason that made me move up to the insurance line because I feel that I wanted to have more work-life balance so that I can actually work out. I like to run or I like to go overseas. So I did tell a lot of my bank friends who are still in the banking industry, I told them I never once regretted jumping up because I managed to achieve what I really wanted, which is work-life balance. Yeah. So that is the main reason I would say.
Okay, and definitely you're feeling much more fulfillment now.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. You're a big advocate of investing, especially investing early in your life, right? But actually, a lot of people, they don't really invest. What do you think is the main reason why people don't invest?
People don't invest because there's a few reasons. First thing first is they fear to lose their money. Secondly, they don't have the knowledge. Third is they have seen people losing money. And
So it's fear.
It's a lot of fears. I
Okay.
would say. And secondly, it's just the knowledge. And thirdly, they don't know how to.
Okay, so as a financial consultant, investment is one part of what you need to encourage your customers to do, right? So what is the best way to let them know the importance of investing?
For me, is not everyone is. I mean, in my line of work, as I cannot always tell my customer, "Oh, you need to invest," even though they really cannot invest all these things. I will just allocate them slowly, even though it takes 1 year, 2 year, or 3 years. I will just tell them maybe they can do this, or maybe they can consider this, or maybe they can start to track the certain funds that we feel that it's actually good enough for them, right? So when they check themselves and without investing themselves, right, they will have a sense of they will start to learn. Actually, all these funds actually quite okay because we're talking about long-term investments. Okay, because I am not talking about trading into stocks or anything because that is something that not everyone can do unless they have the time to track all the indexes or anything.
Yeah, I think also that you need some you need to be educated properly to do that as well.
Correct. Yeah. So if not for my customers is I will educate them on the funds that they have and the products, and from there they can slowly monitor first. They don't need to sign with me on the spot. But every 3 to 6 months, I will follow up with them again. I will check them. Hey, how's things? Do you think all these things is really suitable for you or not? Because they will start to see results.
So it's like slowly try to build confidence in them so that they see, hey, actually this thing is actually working over the long run. Long run meaning at least a few years.
Correct.
Then they will do more in the future.
Correct. They will do more. People tend to do more after seeing more results, I would say.
Okay. I suppose maybe 2022 was a very challenging year. I mean, not just for you, I think for the financial industry itself, because of the market that really it really went through a very bad bear market in 2022.
Right.
And now we are emerging out of it.
All right.
And do you still see this fear in your customers? Or you still need to, or they have like already feel that the market has changed?
Customer hardly will show me the fear because they will just depend on my market updates on how is the market doing right now, all these things. Right. At the same time, when when they purchase any investment plan with me, right, it's always meant for long term. It's not meant for like 1 year, 2 years, because I don't close them any single premium product. Right. So they know that they have to contribute for the next 10 years. And subsequently we have to see whether the market is going well. If let's say they feel that the market is well and they are happy with the profit, they can always take profit if they want to. Or if they still want to leave the policy on for the next 10 to 20 years, by all means they can go ahead also. Because what I advocate is actually dollar cost averaging.
Okay.
Do not time the market for the insurance side.
I agree with that, because if they are not well versed in how to invest or how to trade, then dollar cost averaging is probably the safest way to do it. Yeah, but I'm sure you still have difficulty like trying to manage your customers after 2022. Like let's say, for example, last year. So is there any examples that you have a lot of difficulty and challenges trying to get a customer to stay invested rather than taking the losses and withdrawing the investment?
I mean, to be honest, I have no customer right now who actually cut loss because of market, because of the bear market. What we do is actually help them do regular fund switch if needed, right? To actually help them to, because example, let's say China didn't do well last year, and actually didn't do well in 2022 or even 2023.
Yeah, it's been a few years. Yeah,
but at that point of time, we also have to see, okay, which investment is actually good for customers. Maybe they can get constant dividend to actually cushion off some of the losses, or they can go into region, probably US at that point of time, even though it was quite volatile also. Whether we can actually put them to US to actually also cushion the losses in a sense. Yeah, so none of my customers, they actually complain on the losses because they know investment profit and loss is part and parcel of everything. Yeah, so once they understand this theory, right, they won't want to cut loss for no reason.
And that is something that you have to tell them upfront, that losses is definitely part and parcel of this investment journey.
Correct.
If not, because you also don't want them to be caught up in a situation that they're losing money and they don't know that this is a possibility.
Correct. Yeah. So I will tell them that there will be losses, there will be gains, but market is something that we cannot control. But what we can control is actually the funds that we can switch here and there, because there is no charge by switching out funds, or even by switching out funds within Prudential itself.
Okay. So as we speak, the US stock market is around at its all-time high. So what's your view? Buy now, wait, or continue to DCA?
I mean, to me, because I'm also an investor myself, I invest in Prudential products also. So whatever investment plan that I ask my customer to buy, personally, I also have it. So to me, is when we talk about long-term investment, I don't care whether the market is high or low. I will just keep buying and gain more units, because it's meant for 10 to 20 years result down the road. Yeah, and not now. But for stock investments, I mean, it's at your own risk lah. I mean, I still buy stocks. But to me, is when I buy a stock, I don't buy it as a form of trading. I buy it as a form of long-term capital gain.
So if you think that this company is good, it continue to do well next time, you will consider buying it.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, if you have to give one piece of investment advice to let's say a 20-year-old, a 30-year-old, and a 40-year-old, what would that be? Because they are at different stages of their lives, right? And I think the way they invest should be different. So for these three kind of people, what will your advice to them be?
Advice to them?
Yeah, let's start with 20-year-old.
Don't listen to what your friends tell you, which is very important. Because I mean, for 20 years old people, they buy into crypto, they buy into name stocks.
To the moon, that kind.
Yeah, to the moon. They thought that they can just put 10,000 and earn 10 million in a few years' time. Okay, I don't think it's possible, right? So to me, it's every age of life, I would just say, whichever investment they want to go into, they really must go and understand what is the investment first, right? Whether they are willing to take their loss first or not. Because I believe a lot of youngsters, they actually lost a lot of money in the crypto, also in names, in the all the name stocks like GameStop, this thing. Yeah, so they have to educate themselves first, read up more, and to really check themselves whether this investment is safe or not, and not listen to a friend who are not even financially savvy yet.
But this actually applies to all ages, right? But maybe a 20-year-old is more vulnerable to this.
Correct.
Do you think so?
Yeah, because they'll tend to be more greedy at this generation right now.
Okay, how about a 30-year-old who is supposedly maybe working for 5 to 10 years already and near the prime of her life, like 30, mid-30s, for example?
30 years old. When I was 30 years old, when I wanted to invest some stock, I approached friends who are in the financial industry and ask them what kind of stocks should I really go into and what should I look into also. Okay, so that I will actually start to learn and trade from there. Yeah, so that was what I did when I was in my 30s, I would say.
So education
very important.
Okay, how about 40 years old and above? I think that is the time where you have to really think very seriously about retirement.
Correct.
Yeah.
So for 40 over years old, which I'm near 40 soon, I will just say probably my own consideration is how much do I really want to have upon retirement? Okay, and what do I need to plan for my retirement? And so by knowing what I really wanted, then I will be able to plan forward, plan ahead. Like what should I go into all these things? So I believe in the age of 40 years old is really they have to know what they want in life, or what they want for retirement before they can really start planning ahead. Because for people who are 40 over years old, I believe some of them they really buy their own stocks or maybe buy the ETFs, all these things. But for those who don't, I would highly recommend you to find friends who are in the industry and they are able to tell you what you really need to have and what you really don't need to have.
And it's not too late, right? Because nowadays people work until their 60s, in their maybe even their 70s. So even if they start investing in the 40s, I personally feel it's still early.
Yeah, it's never too late because it depends on how fast you want to build your portfolio. Because investment is very flexible. You can always throw in more money if you have a higher bonus or anything. Yeah, so to me, it's never too late. And probably you ask me about 50 plus, 60 plus, probably a little bit late already. But if let's say you have a sum of money that is not doing anything, it's still okay. Yeah, ultimately, it's the amount of wealth you are holding under your own portfolio right now, I'll say.
Okay, so these are the advice that you will give other people. How about, can you share with us what is the best piece of advice you ever received from somebody?
Best piece of advice, I mean, should be my bosses in UB last time, like all the better bosses lah, right? Always be eager to learn, right? Don't be complacent, because I was once complacent when I achieved quite a huge sales in my UB days. Yeah, so after which I was complacent and my sales dropped tremendously, I would say. So it's always be be humble. Yeah, be humble, be hardworking, and always be willing to learn.
And have you been applying this principle ever since?
Yeah. I have customer feedback who tell me that who always tell me that I'm very humble in my product pitching, very patient also, and I don't force them to do anything that they don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Lastly, one piece of advice for anyone who wants to be successful in your industry.
For anyone,
yeah,
stay focused. Stay really, really very focused and really, really know what you want to achieve out of this industry. Because that being said, I've been in the insurance life for the past, I think 7 to 8 years already. I have seen people leave within 1 year because they feel that they can really earn a lot of money. Right? In the insurance line, yes, you can earn a lot of money in the first year if you got very, very good work market or very, very good referrals. If not, let's say you are going through the standard phase, which is the cold market phase, where you have to go for road shows, cold calling, all these things. It will take probably 3 to 4 years to see a decent result. Like probably you earn 4 to 5K on the 4th year, and you start doing even better when customer trust you and give you more referrals. Then you will start to see a 5-figure income. But probably that will take you around 7 to 8 years, 7 9 years.
Yeah. It's interesting you say at least 3 to 4 years, because I believe in this concept about this thing called 10,000 hours. Basically, it's a concept that you say that says, right, you need to do something continuously for 10,000 hours, then you'll become good at it. So if you apply it to a professional setting, right, and you, assuming you work from 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 every day, it is somewhere around there, about 3 to 5 years.
Correct.
Yeah. So I find this thing quite interesting.
But agents usually they don't work full day lah. That's why they are not really focused to get a good result. Yeah. So if let's say they really want to see a good result, yeah, at least I would just say 3 to 4 years, I would say.
But I mean, that's the double-edged sword, right? Because as a financial consultant, you have a lot of flexibility in your life.
Correct.
In your schedule. Yeah,
Correct.
you don't have a fixed 9 to 5, but it's a double-edged sword, right?
Correct.
It means you have to have a lot of self-discipline to do what you need to do to reach where you want to reach.
Correct.
Yeah, obviously you are already there. So congratulations once again.
All right, thank you.
I also know you just recently got married.
Yeah, thank
congratulations. Thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thank you for
inviting me. I know you much more today than the past 5-10 years together. Right. Because we never had this kind of serious conversation.
Never had before.
Yeah, we did drink and talk rubbish already.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
let's do this again next time.
Okay.
Yeah, talk about some other things.